voice of Birmingham and the Black Country.
BBC WM 95.6.
It's a star-studded show. Paul McCartney, Harrison Ford, Danny Dyer, Kevin Pashby.
Good morning. Baggies and Villa fans are gearing up for the big match this evening. The two clubs go head-to-head later in a battle for the FA Cup semi-finals at Wembley. 6,500 tickets were up for grabs for Baggies fans, but one lucky supporter, Greg Hughes, got a pair sent to him by the goalkeeper, Ben Foster.
As there are only 6,000, they went on sale to away season ticket holders first, and then when that was all allocated, they went to season ticket holders who had been to, say, 5 or 4 away games as well. And then they obviously were never going to end up on general sale. So then that's when I optimistically asked a few friends on Twitter if they were selling any spare tickets.
I'll have more on the game in the sport in just a moment. Other news now, and a study for BBC News suggests every police force in England and Wales is preparing for major budget cuts over the next 5 years. The research finds that some are planning to work together more closely to reduce costs. Staffordshire Fire Service is proposing major changes to services in the county, including cutting fire engines and crews. The brigade says it has to save almost £6 million across the next 5 years. It's already saved £4 million since 2010. It's holding a 12-week consultation period. Amongst the proposals are removing some fire engines from Lichfield and Tamworth, with changes to working practices in Cannock. Malaysia's Transport Minister says he's confident flight MH370 will be found in the southern Indian Ocean. This weekend is the anniversary of the Malaysia Airlines plane going missing en route from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. Malaysia's Civil Aviation Department is due to release an interim report on what's known so far. A memorial service will mark the second anniversary of the death of Halesowen schoolgirl Christina Edkins later this evening. The 16-year-old was stabbed on a number 9 bus in Birmingham by paranoid schizophrenic Philip Semmeline. Semmeline from Walsall had been released from prison unsupervised 3 months before the attack, despite warning signs over the state of his mental health. So there's a huge game at Villa Park this evening. Aston Villa facing West Bromwich Albion in the FA Cup quarter-finals with a trip to Wembley at stake. You can hear that game live here on BBC WM with a kick-off at 5:30. Birmingham City face a tough trip to promotion hopefuls Derby County. The Blues manager Gary Rowett made over 100 appearances for the Rams in a 3-year spell there, but says there'll be no room for sentiment this afternoon.
It'll be a good game for me, but it's certainly when I walk out the tunnel, it'll mean no more to me than any other game, because I want to win as many games for Birmingham City as possible, and Derby on Saturday doesn't come any more difficult than that, so we've got to make sure we're on our best form.
You can hear that game exclusively live in FM on BBC WM from 2 o'clock. Kenny Jackett comes up against his former club Watford as Wolves host the Hornets at Molineux this afternoon, whilst in League One, Walsall make the trip to Barnsley, having lost just once on their travels since the start of November. Taking a look at the weather, generally dry with some bright spells for Saturday, feeling mild, highs of 14 Celsius, that's 57 Fahrenheit. Tonight will be cloudy, but it should stay dry, rather windy, lows down to 5 Celsius, 41 Fahrenheit. Sunday's looking cloudy with showers. BBC WM 95.6 News. There's more online at bbc.co.uk/WM.
Touch me, Pashby.
The voice of Birmingham and the Black Country.
You should take in other religions and treat them as you would want to be treated yourself.
We are even more intelligent. They treated me with the utmost respect.
Iain Lee, Saturdays
9 till 12.
Oh, man.
BBC WM 95.6.
Thank you, Molly. Thank you, Phil. Excellent stuff as all. It's funny, I hate gardening. I hate gardening with a passion, but I love listening to them talking about gardening. Duh, how does that work? Coming up on the show today, it's a celebrity special. Paul McCartney announces a new tour. We'll have Paul McCartney on the show, a song of his. Hats off to Paul McCartney. Surely the best, most talented musician alive in the world today. 03453 009956. As 3 days later, we're still banging on about Harrison Ford banging his plane into a golf course. What have you crashed into? And it turns out Danny Dyer pulls sickies. His daughters grassed him up for bunking off work. I say work, EastEnders. Your excuses for bunking off and your sick voice, please. Oh, yeah, and what's the longest you can go without blinking? We'll blink each other off live on the air. 03453 009956.
Have your say.
Across the West Midlands, call
03453
9956.
BBC WM 95.6.
Harrison Ford is a hero. He saved many lives. The front page of the Daily Mirror. You go inside. A lifesaver. A lifesaver. Guys, Chewie would have fixed it. I don't know what that means. Actor Harrison Ford's heroic crash landing. Let me read that again, but in English. Actor Harrison Ford's heroic crash landing saved countless lives, witnesses said yesterday. He's so brave. Oh, he's so brave. The skillful pilot avoided homes and a school as his stricken plane went down. What have you crashed into? 03453 009956. Or your crash stories. You know that if you've ever crashed a car, okay, and I have had reason to do that many, many times. Oh, by the way, Marky Mark, are you on there? I don't know if you're on that fader. No, you're not. Let's go. Well, so anyway, I may have to. I may, Marky Mark, have to quit this job.
Why is that?
9 points on my licence.
Oh, heck.
Yeah.
How have you done that?
Well, going too fast.
Or dangerously?
No. Well, yes.
Surely dangerously and
Yes.
too fast? Drunkenly?
And then no, never drunkenly. No. I haven't had a drink for years. 9 points, and then got flashed this week. You know what the prize is for 12 points? It's a taxi. It's a taxi. It's been nice working here, guys. If you've ever crashed a car, the noise it makes is unholy, isn't it? The crunching of metal. So I would imagine an aeroplane crashing would sound like a million times worse, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? A bike crashing, 03453 009956. Your crash stories, your plane stories, your Harrison Fords. Ford, who broke his pelvis, and your clumsy stories. Is Harrison Ford the clumsiest man in show business? He's like a pensioner version of Frank Spencer. Didn't he crash the Millennium Falcon or something? He got his foot trapped in the door. I wouldn't let that man near any form of flying vehicle, fictional or otherwise. Ford, who broke his pelvis and ankle, risked life and limb to protect others. Or maybe he just hated rich doctors. Maybe that's why he was aiming for the golf course. He hated rich doctors. 03453 009956. Trevor's on the line. Morning, Trevor.
Morning, Mr. C.
Sorry? Good morning, Mr. T. What have you got for us?
You ain't necessarily going to lose your licence with 12 points, you know.
Well, do you know, if there's any justice in this world, I will do, because I'm not bragging or anything. I'm not saying, hey, look at me, aren't I clever?
There's plenty of geezers driving around with more points than you've got.
Really?
There is, because Danny Kelly done I'm a general, tell you. I'm sure Danny Kelly done a show, and there's blokes driving around with 15, 17 points. They plead their case. They need their licence for their job. Well, you need your licence.
Well, I need my licence, Trevor, to drive my
court,
car.
Go to court. You know, give a little bit of, I'm sorry, you judge. You're on a old pony.
It's not pony.
And you'll get away with it.
It's not pony. I am genuinely sorry. I'm not.
Are you really? Yeah, I bet you are.
Trevor, I am genuinely. And if you could see.
Where was your caught speeding though? On the motorway?
I was going so fast. It was probably in space. Yeah.
No, seriously. Where was your caught?
It was on the motorway 25.
Oh, the M25, that great motorway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, please your case, you'll get away with that.
Well,
I'll bet.
Trevor, if you could see me crying now, you'd know just how genuinely sorry I am.
I don't believe you.
Thank you very much indeed. I am sorry. I'm not. But can I just say, because I have to, I'm not in any way condoning my behaviour. I deserve those points, man. I deserve them. I broke the law. Okay, so it's not me bragging. I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. When I get stressed or depressed, I drive badly, and it's always an indicator that something's not right in my life, because my driving is the first thing to go. I'll go too fast, or I'll have a little bump when I'm parking. So I'm not, I'm not showing off about it. I'm genuinely sorry. Is that true? Do you know what, actually, I've heard that you get some drivers have got like 40.40 points on their licence. Is that true? I read that somewhere, that some drivers, they just go to court and go, oh, yeah, I need the car. Why is that? Because I need it. But if I get my licence taken away, Ranjit, well, then that's just my fault.
Hiya. You're right.
Why? Right, can I have this out with all of you now? Ranjit, it happens to be you this time, but it's every flipping person that's ever called me while I've been at BBC WM 95.6. And I only found out yesterday the WM stands for West Midlands. Anyway.
Go on.
We've got some great callers, and then we've got some people like Ranjit. That doesn't matter. What none of you can do on this radio station, you've called in about your specific points, and if I throw a curveball at you, or a conversational opening gambit, or something that you've not called in about, none of you can ride it.
Go on.
Well, I just did it. I threw it to you. I can't remember what I said now. I'm so angry. I threw it to you, and you just went, hello?
Yeah, you know what it is? Grasshopper, your immune system is down. That's what your problem is.
Sorry? And now you're doing it again. You're just going off on the thing that you thought.
I'm throwing a curve at you now, right? Yesterday,
well, no, you're just being rude.
Battered around the ring by all the callers.
No one battered me around the ring. What on earth are you... What show were you listening to?
I was listening to your show. You got battered around the ring and your immune system is down. That's why you're making these mistakes. That's why you're missing these speed cameras. Yeah? Because you're coming up to the West Midlands.
No,
you're getting battered.
Ranjit, can I just again?
How did it feel yesterday when that bloke cut and run with you?
Ranjit, can I just say for legal reasons and of course for ethical, moral reasons, I didn't miss the speed camera. I was breaking the law. I deserved it.
You was running away from the Midlands.
What, round the M25?
Yes.
Round the M25? I was driving around that in a loop.
Friday and Saturday, I'm going to go back to the Midlands and I'm going to get battered around the ring again.
For goodness sake.
What about that bloke yesterday? I wonder how his motorbike is. He had you yesterday, didn't he?
Well, Adam, hang on a minute. Adam's got a very serious problem. He thinks his wife's cheating on him, and in the process of following her... Was it Adam or Andy? It may have been Andy. Or Adam. In the process of following her, he found out his motorbike has got a leak.
Oh, he had you yesterday, didn't he? I mean, he's worried about his motorbike.
What do you mean he had me, Ranger?
He did. Listen, it's the first time I've been listening to you, you was left speechless, yeah?
Yeah, because it was...
And then you got battered around the ring by every person yesterday.
Dave.
You need to build your immune system
Dave.
Yes.
Tell Ranjit to get lost.
Dave won't do that.
Dave?
Yeah.
Dave, do as I say. Tell Ranjit to get lost.
Get lost.
He can do it.
No. Listen, Dave, batter him around again. Dave, we need to build his immune system up. Because, see, he's from London and he comes up in the Midlands and he thinks he's big and hard, but he ain't no more because we're battering him all the time. Dave, it's true, isn't it? He is now throwing curves and trying to see if we can talk about it. And I'm just telling him his immune system's down. He needs to build it back up because he's getting battered. I used to batter him around the ring and he had... See, that's he's on the ropes now, and he's playing that silly music again, and he's carrying on. His back is bruised, and yesterday he got battered around the ring. Come on, answer me back. I'm throwing you a tangent today. You got nothing else to talk about but play this silly music. He'll be fading me out in a minute. True.
Dave, what you got for us?
Yeah, I was just calling about the machines in the shops.
Sorry?
The chip and pin machines
Okay.
in the shops.
Why the hell not?
Well, I seem to think that there's no charges on these machines in all of the shops now, because the government stated that a lot of the cash points are free now to use, and the chip and pin machines are free to use.
Hang on a minute. Are you talking about the machines where you get cash out of, or the machines where you pay for your products at the till?
At the till.
They're free?
Yes, they're supposed to be, yes.
Well, they are.
Well, allegedly, in the shop yesterday, it's £3 minimal spend.
Well, that's...
And you have to...
Yeah, that's not a charge.
No.
No. If there's a £3 minimum spend, and I've got to go to travel in a second, Dave. If there is a £3, that means you have to spend a minimum of £3 to be able to use the card machine.
Oh, I see.
You got it?
Yes.
Are you happy?
Yes.
Thanks very much. Right, let's get the travel news. Here's Liz Saul. Liz.
Thank you very much, Ian. Good morning. The M42 struggles at junction 6 in both directions, queuing to get off the motorway there because of crofts going on at the NEC. A lot of traffic it's making its way there today, as indeed thousands are expected. The A34 around Shirley is queuing as well, around Haslocks Green Road and Alton Road. Just seems to be volume of traffic there. Busy into Birmingham on Hagley Road around Five Ways Island at Ladywood Middleway, and through Hensford it's slow in roadworks on Uxbridge Street around Church Hill. Your matchday travel sees Walsall fans off to Barnsley for this afternoon's game. No delays or problems reported onto the A38. Birmingham fans also going in that direction for the Derby game. At the M1 for Walsall fans, there are roadworks 28 to 31, so just be mindful of that. Delays on public transport. Delays of 30 minutes on all trains through Birmingham New Street and Birmingham International. There's some sort of obstruction on the track. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 Travel 0330 123 3550.
It's 2 home wins on a spin after losing 2 away games, so that shows an awful lot of character.
Today, BBC WM bringing you 2 exclusive FM commentaries.
Birmingham City are in front. Andrew Shinnie with the header.
Hear Derby versus Blues in the Championship, with Wolves against Watford live on DAB Radio and Freeview Channel 722.
We're after one of those 3 promotion places.
Then from 5:30, it's the FA Cup quarter-final. Aston Villa against West Bromwich Albion.
Berahino nods in from close range.
90 minutes away from a semi-final at Wembley.
We're as focused for this game as we was on the back of a loss.
Join BBC WM for all the breaking team news and live action today from 2.
BBC WM 95.6.
With the second slipping away after his plane's engine failed, Harrison Ford used his immense piloting skills to, quote, do the impossible. Why has the Daily Mirror got its tongue shoved right up Harrison's Ford's? Obviously it wasn't the impossible as he did it. It should read, Harrison Ford uses adequate piloting skills to do the possible, bringing the craft down without injuring others. There's a picture of him. Is it the law that when you drive one of those old aeroplanes, you have to look like Biggles? Have you seen the picture of him? He's got like a leather flying cap and the big goggles. You know my thoughts on older car drivers. Can I raise that witnesses described yesterday how they watched the Star Wars actor 72 battling at the controls to avoid buildings, including homes and a school. 72 is too old to be flying an aeroplane, isn't it? But the story is, rich man hurt himself doing his rich hobby. That's the story, isn't it? 70. Here's the thing, right? And I know Marky Mark claims he can fly an aeroplane. I've yet to see any evidence of that. But you shouldn't be allowed to fly an aeroplane. It's just that, and that's it. No one should be allowed to fly an aeroplane unless they're working for Virgin, British Airways, or EasyJet. That's it. No one, like proper pilots. That makes sense, doesn't it? Otherwise, the airways, then what do they call it? Oh, yeah, the sky is just going to be a complete mess, isn't it? Only proper pilots should be allowed to fly planes that are taking people on their hollybobs. Last night, he was recovering in hospital after having surgery for the numerous injuries he suffered when he ditched the stricken plane on a golf course. The only reason he ditched the plane on a golf course was he knew that there would be some of the best doctors in America there. Emergency crews arrived to find a bloodied but calm Harrison being tended to by golfers, including a surgeon. Hey, this is whenever I meet a new doctor. Not whenever. That's let me retract that. If I'm ever involved in a conversation with a doctor at a social function, one of the first things I ever asked, I have 2 stock questions to ask doctors. One is, have you ever performed a tracheotomy with a biro? You know, when you put in the throat, because they do it. They have to do it. And 2, have you ever sawn somebody's head open? They do that as part of their training. They saw people's... dead people. They saw people's heads open. 03453 009956. Experts said most pilots would have attempted to... It's a Second World War plane! Experts said most pilots would have attempted to fly the ailing Second World War plane back to the airport, a decision that could have cost many lives. Film producer Ryan Kavanagh, who has a commercial pilot licence, no one should be... this is so obvious to me. You shouldn't be allowed to fly planes. Simple. Praised Harrison's heroics and said he literally had 5 seconds and 99% of pilots would have turned around to go back to the runway. Flippin' heck. Ryan said the star did the impossible by avoiding all the nearby buildings. Harrison broke several bones, including in his pelvis and ankle. Luckily, his girlfriend, Ally McBeal, was on hand to take the case to court and get him loads of money. I mean, can you believe this is front page story? Rich man hurts himself in a rich man's hobby. Your crash stories, please. 03453 009956 is the telephone number, if you want to give us a call about that. Jay and Dudley wins the prize for the most boring text of all time. Iain, I heard in the Indiana Jones series, Temple of Doom was supposed to be the first in the series and Raiders of the Lost Ark the second. But Spielberg changed his mind. Why would you tell me that? 03453 009956 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Now, this is exciting news. The greatest living songwriter, the greatest living bass player after Carol Kay, the greatest musical talent this world has ever seen is doing a tour. And he's coming to Birmingham. Sir Paul McCartney is coming to Birmingham as part of his first UK tour in 3 years. And then here's a sentence that no one needs to write. The former Beatle. I think we know he was in the Beatles. The former Beatle will play the Barclaycard Arena. Oh, the majesty of these venues named after credit cards. On May the 27th, alongside shows at London's O2 and Liverpool's Echo Arena. Sir Paul said, well, you know, I'm often unaware of those anniversaries until someone points it out. What anniversaries? Oh, 50 years since he finished writing. The show... this is weird. The O2 show on May the 23rd will take place 50 years after he finished writing his classic track Yesterday. Well, you know, I'm often unaware of these anniversaries until someone points it out, you know. People always say to me, hey, Paul, did you know it was 30 years since this and, 30 years since that? So it's impossible to stay on top of it all. But I never need an excuse to celebrate, so it's always nice to hear. I do like McCartney. I think he's a genius. And you do too. You just kind of got a little bit sick and tired of him because you've heard so much. No one listening to this show can have a bad word to say against Paul McCartney, can you? No, of course you can't. 03453 009956.
There is a fine line between recklessness and courage. It's about time you understood which road to take. It's a fine line, and your decision makes a difference. Get it wrong, you'll be making a big mistake. Come home, brother, all is forgiven. We all cried when you were driven away. Come home, brother, everything is better. Everything is better when you come home and stay. Whatever's more important to you, you've got to choose what you want to do. Whatever's more important to be, that's the view that you gotta see. There is a long way between chaos and creation. If you don't say which one of these you're gonna choose, it's a long way. And if every contradiction seems the same, it's a game that you're bound to lose. Come home, brother, all is forgiven. We all cried when you were driven away.
please. Oh, you can do it right now, please. It's a fine line. Come on. It's a fine line. Come on. The best songwriter of all time, surely, Lucy? Sorry?
Well, is he?
Yes.
Is he really?
Yes.
You know, I remember a few weeks ago you talking about the conspiracy theory about Paul McCartney, but Ringo's come out and said it, hasn't he, this week?
Well,
that it's true.
All right, hang on a second. There is a theory that Paul McCartney died in a car crash, I think in 1966,
Yes.
and was replaced by at least one gentleman, a Scottish actor. There is a theory that he may have been replaced by more, and there are loads of clues and but Ringo's come out and said it's true.
Ringo has done an interview because he said he didn't want to die and take it to his grave. He wanted to clear his conscience. And he's come out and said, yes, it's true. And he's named the guy. It was something Shears or Shear, Mr. Shear.
Oh, no, you're thinking of Billy Shears.
Billy Shears, was it? Yeah, but he said that's who it is.
Oh.
But apparently MI5 said, they're going to look into it because, of course, having the OBE. But they'd have known about it anyway because they probably did it, didn't they?
Well, was MI5 working in 1966?
Don't know.
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
So I met Ringo Starr, and he refused to shake my hand.
Well, I don't know whether he... Yeah, you look a bit dodgy, though, don't you? So
Sorry? What?
Maybe that's what it was.
Where's that come from? No, not at all. No, he said, I won't shake your hand because I don't want to catch germs. But he elbowed me. We rubbed elbows. Here we go, Lucy. Ever touched a Beatle? Ever touched a member of the Beatles? 03453 009956. That's a good one. Are you going to go and see Paul McCartney on tour?
Probably a bit too pricey for me. But, whoever he is, I mean, he's still done a good job over the last few years, hasn't he?
He's a good entertainer, the fake dead Paul McCartney. Lucy, thank you very much indeed. Ever touched a Beatle? 03453 009956. It's going to be one of them shows today, I think. I'm just feeling that vibe. So where have we got to so far? We've talked about Harrison Ford. Ever been in a plane crash? Ever crashed your car? You're crashing stories. Here's another thing it makes me think as well. Golf. I don't get golf. There's lots of things I don't get. Golf is probably the number 2 thing I don't get. The number 1 thing, cricket. But how is golf even possible? How is it possible, right, to get a hole-in-one in golf? I don't believe it is. That's got to be pure luck. To send a ball 350 yards, have you seen a golf ball? They're tiny. To send a golf ball 350 yards on a freshly manicured lawn and get it in a tiny hole that's only a little bit bigger than the ball in one shot. Nah, man, that doesn't happen. I have never seen it. I don't believe it happens. Andy's in Walsall. Andy?
You're all right, mate.
Do you believe in holes in one?
Holes in what? Well, I've got more than
okay. How many holes? Okay, let's play that game, but tread carefully. How many holes have we got in our body? Not including the pores in our skin.
You ain't got many listeners, have you, at the moment? I love you to bits.
1, my nostrils, that's 2. My ears, that makes 4. My bottom, that makes 5. The front, that makes 6. I think there are holes in your eyes as well, aren't there?
Yeah, you've got pores all over your body.
I said excluding the pores. Yeah. I did say that, Andy. That was a prerequisite to us playing this game. Hey, talking of games, do you want to have a game with me?
Yeah.
Right, OK. So, the front page of the Daily Telegraph, TV debates. The PM refuses to blink. I couldn't care less. How long do you think you can go without blinking?
A few seconds, probably.
Hang on a minute. All right. Should we have a competition?
Are we going to do this on the radio?
Yeah, sure, why not? Right, OK, so we're both going to do it and see who can go the longest, OK? So have a good blink.
Come on, man.
Andy, I'm trusting you to be honest with me.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? Right, have a good blink.
You show me how stupid I am, though.
No, I'm going to do it. I'm genuinely going to do it. Right, have a good blink. You ready? Steady. Go.
Beat you.
I did just blink straight away. You won that one. Right, round 2. Ready? Ready? Steady. Go.
Beat you again.
No, I've not blinked.
Yeah, you have.
I did blink just then. I can't even do a few seconds. I can't even do a few seconds.
You had a cheeky one, man. You did.
Yeah, nothing wrong.
Behind me back.
I bet you've had a cheeky one this morning, Andy. Anyway, what would you like to say this morning?
Yeah, man. I don't really know.
Thanks very much for calling. 0345. Are you sure you don't know, Andy?
Yeah, well, apart from the fact your show's...
Go on, steady.
Very good.
Andy, well censored. Thank you very much indeed. 03453 009956. Let's have... We're close there. We were close to one. Quick recap. Do you believe in holes in one? How many holes are on your body? Paul McCartney, the greatest entertainer of all time. Your car crash stories. Your aeroplane crash stories. And have you ever touched a Beatle? 03453 009956. It's about falling in love with a sentient computer. Never seen the movie. Margaret's in Kings Norton. Good morning, Margaret.
Good morning.
Have you ever touched the Beatle?
No, I don't like the Beatles. Well, it's all right, but yeah, go on.
But Paul McCartney is the... Get this, right? Larry, who's this Larry who's texted in 81333, starting his text WM and ending it with rudeness? Iain, The greatest musical talent who ever lived was Mozart. Don't think McCartney will ever be in that league, do you? Well, Larry, how many number ones did Mozart have? Name me one Mozart song. Go on, Margaret, name me a Mozart song.
I didn't come in for that. I didn't ring up for that.
Again, you can't. None of you. I try and have conversations.
I didn't want to. I don't want. A Mozart song is. I just don't want to get into that. Just want to.
But it's a
I have to say I can't cope with your controversy. I've just rung up to tell you.
Where's the controversy? I'm just asking you to name a Mozart song.
Well, I can't at the moment. If you don't mind, off the top of my head.
Exactly, but you could name a McCartney song, couldn't you?
I don't think I could off the top of my head. Thank you.
Yeah, I think you could. Thank you.
I'm not going to try.
No, I'm not asking you to try, but I'm saying you could.
Could I?
You need to have a bit more faith in yourself, Margaret.
Oh, well, really, at 82, I'm not too bothered about that.
You have got to 82 is no age at all.
Right, well, I came in to tell you, your controversy about you can't get a hole in one quite easily, you can. I've done it.
Yeah, but you've done it on, like, crazy golf and pitch and putt.
I got it at the golf course at the Lickey. Thank you very much.
What was the distance?
I didn't know, and it doesn't matter.
Well, it does matter. Ranjit would count that as a battering. I count that as a hit and run. Well, the distance... I'm afraid, Margaret, that that doesn't count as evidence that holes in one actually exist. If you just got it on the pitch and putt, then, well, that's nothing. I'm talking about real holes in one. Has anyone ever seen it happen? Yeah, sure, we've seen it on the telly, but then I've seen a man fly on the telly. Do you know what I mean? I've seen someone turn into a werewolf on the telly. I've seen people appear on Jeremy Kyle's show and be able to talk despite having no teeth. All of this has happened on the telly. It's a trick. Have you ever been there and witnessed a hole-in-one actually happening? No, and even if you had been there, it's 350 yards away. The human eye can't see that far. How do you not know it's just a wee fella that sneaks up to the hole and plops another ball in? And then when you turn up at the hole, the wee fella goes, oh, it's gone in. You sure? Yeah. You didn't put it in there, did you? No. The ball I hit was white. This is yellow. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Yeah, I'm not convinced. 03453 Stop trying to take selfies and answer the telephone, Marky Mark, for goodness sakes. 03453 009956. If the skies are a mess now, then what will it be like when Amazon start using drones to deliver parcels? These drones terrify the life out of me. I could go into the Bullring now and go to that shop at the... Is it No, not Sainsbury's. Selfridges. And I could buy a drone now, Jan.
Hello.
And I could fly over your back garden, and because it's the hottest day ever today, I could catch you topless sunbathing.
No.
Yes?
No, I'm sorry you couldn't. I'm ringing to say thank you because you just made my husband laugh his head off, and I love to see him laugh. No, we're going to Greenfest at the Botanical Gardens. You can get in today for £3.
Oh, we heard someone talking to Molly about that. What's going on there, Jan?
Loads of stuff, and lots of stuff for families and kids this time. It's been going on for about 3 years, and there are a lot of community gardening groups that go and they have a vegetable display and things, loads of stuff, and food. And,
do they do? I have had on occasion to be in a small village when they've had a village show on. I love it. And they have the biggest vegetables and the funniest shaped vegetables. Are they doing all of that?
I think it's just the best ones, best categories. But maybe this year they'll enliven it.
Who gets to judge that? Because it's literally you just get like 3 judges that go round, and it seems very corrupt to me, Jan. That whole thing.
Especially if they get to eat them afterwards.
Yes, you see the old payola. Well, I'm glad your husband's laughing, and I hope you have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jan. Bye bye. There we go. That's a nice lady calling up. Thank you, Jan. That's delightful. I think no, I don't like the drones. You can buy them in what do they call it? Oh yeah, town. And you can put cameras on and you can fly pretty much anywhere. That doesn't seem right to me, Douglas.
Why? What's wrong with that?
she's a very lucky woman. She married me, didn't she?
Who are you talking about?
Yeah. My wife. She got 2 holes in one, not me.
Hang on a minute. I'm trying to work out if you've just said something really, really rude.
No. I was trying to work that out too, but no.
Hang on a minute. Who is your wife?
My wife, Stella.
Hello, Stella. Good name, Stella. Strong name. I like it.
It's a good name.
It is a good name. But hang on. So, what? One of the holes in one is marrying you?
No.
No. Go again.
She's played golf on more than one occasion, and twice in her life she's got holes in one.
Got it.
So it happens, and not only does it happen, but apparently it's repeatable.
Did you see it?
No.
Aye.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good
Now,
point.
Douglas, you see, we all have to ask questions.
Mm.
What is there any evidence apart from her, the fantasy?
Her say-so.
Her whimsy.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not sure.
She was out with the girls when she did it.
Yeah.
And now the thing is, at golf clubs, there is a tradition that if you do one, everyone in the bar's got to buy you a drink, or you've got to buy everyone else a drink.
I thought it was
whichever way round it is at the party.
I think it's the expensive way round.
Yeah, so I hope it was that they had to pay for her. But whichever way it is, there is a slight risk, isn't there? That's an excuse to a party.
Do you
play? I believe her.
Well, Douglas, you would do. But do you play golf, or is it just her that plays it?
I'm rubbish at golf. I'm not very good at it.
I don't get the point. I like pitch and putt, and I like crazy golf. But
no, I don't like that. That's even worse.
Sorry?
That's even worse, because you do that badly, and you're not even doing it, you're not even playing a proper game.
No, crazy golf is fun, particularly when there's like a tunnel or a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Okay.
But what does she go off because there are still some golf clubs, I believe, Douglas, where women are not allowed to step foot in case their stilettos ruin the green.
It wasn't that, no.
Okay.
But it was in the Middle East, and despite the fact that in the Middle East they're not always open to women as otherwise.
Yeah.
No, all the ladies were allowed to play there. There was a big group of women playing, and she was allowed to tread on the sand and on the green.
Douglas, thank you very much indeed. 03453 009956. Douglas believes in holes in one. His wife's got 2 of them. He wasn't there. I don't wish to diss Stella, but I don't believe her. We'd also... Where have you been? Golf. How'd it go? Got a hole in one. I wish I hadn't said that. I think Harrison Ford was trying... These drones, I don't like these drones. Saying that, I've never actually seen a drone. So we're getting lots of stories at the moment that the skies are full of drones. I've never seen a drone. Terrorist attack. It's a terrorist attack waiting to happen. But I think all you can do is take pictures of them. So unless they're going to terrorise us with pictures of our overgrown gardens, I think we'll be all right. I think Harrison Ford was trying to save his own skin, says Matt. Lee, the line dancer from Kings Winford, said, if 72 is too old to fly, is Paul McCartney too old to tour as he's in his 70s? No, it's completely different. No one's life will be at risk by Paul McCartney rocking out on the bass guitar. But many lives were at risk by doddery old great-grandpa Harrison Ford doing his rich man's hobby. 03453 009956 is the telephone number. Let me just read this text from Russell, and then you can phone in and comment on this. You're off your head if you think McCartney is a genius. He can't play the guitar and sings like a strangled alley cat. This is blasphemy. You'll be telling us Bananarama are genius next. Get a grip, Lee. You overpaid plonker. That's Russell. Very bitter and twisted man. If you want to put Russell right, 03453 009956. Let's get the travel news. Here's Liz Saul.
Thanks, Ian. The M42 is still queuing at Junction 6 in both directions. That's as you head towards the NEC, the A45 Birmingham Airport turn as well. But traffic is all heading towards Crufts, which continues once again today. Thousands of people and indeed quite a few animals are expected around there as well. The A435 in Kings Heath is congested on the High Street stretch. The A45 around Sheldon also looking a bit busy. And it's heavy going around Dudley on parts of the A461, around Dudley Port, but also Prawn Island. Island. So you head to Hensford, it's slow going both ways on Uxbridge Street to around Churchill, but it's all back to normal on the trains. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 Travel 0330 123 3550.
A life is like a garden. Perfect moments can be had, but not preserved, except in memory. Live long and prosper. Those words were from a man loved by millions of Star Trek fans all over the world.
The recognition is important because it means opportunity. It means that people are interested in you. They know who you are.
Hear my archive interview with Mr. Spock, actor Leonard Nimoy.
I've been hearing too much about the astronauts who go up in the space shuttle getting airsick. I don't particularly enjoy that stuff. You know, I'd rather do it in the films.
Ed Doolan on a Sunday. This Sunday from midday on BBC WM 95.6.
Good morning, Tracy.
Good morning.
Ever touched a beetle?
No, never touched a beetle.
Oh.
But I have had a kiss from Roy Castle.
Gosh, wow. When you say a kiss, was it?
He pecked me on the cheek. He was singing. I was only very, very young. My grandma used to be a cleaner at a hotel in Lincolnshire.
Yes.
And Roy Castle was doing a show there.
Yeah.
And she got us tickets, went with my family. And Roy Castle was singing, and he came over and he kissed me on the cheek while he was singing. Oh. And I didn't wash my face for a week. It was a real special moment. I was only little.
It's a strange... And boy, oh boy, wasn't Roy Castle good, actually? But it's a strange crush for anyone to have, let alone a little girl, on Roy Castle.
I know, but wasn't he a sweetie?
He was good, Roy Castle. There are some people, it's sad that, that some people are dead, but there are some people I think, wouldn't the world be a little bit nicer if we had, for example, Roy Castle still with us, or George Harrison? The world would just be a little bit nicer.
Oh, it would. Yes, if we go back to those days, I think it would be a much nicer place again.
Tracy, thank you very much indeed, although saying that. Russell, 03453 009956, called me an overpaid plonker, said McCartney's not a genius. And then they have the audacity to slag off this lot. You need to learn some manners, Russell, and you need to clean your ears out. Here's the genius that is Bananarama. This isn't Bananarama, this is Madonna. Why is it say on my computer screen Bananarama? Hang on a minute, hang on.
I don't know what's going on there.
Hang on a minute, Madonna's snuck in.
Search for Madonna and play Bananarama instead.
Hang on, let's try this. Here we go. This is better. Madonna's such a sneaky old little bag. 03453 009956. Boy, oh boy, you're angry this morning. You're very, very angry this morning. Chillax. Larry's texted in. I love the fact that the angriest texts are... hang on. I love the fact the angriest people are texting in, not calling in. A touch of the David Cameron's about you, sir. Larry says, Iain, due to your appalling musical ignorance, you will not be aware Mozart wrote several complete operas which would be considered by people who know to be classical number ones. So there. Yet they could be considered to be classical number ones, but they weren't actual number ones. Whereas Paul McCartney actually did number ones. He had some big number twos as well, but he had a lot of big number ones. Morning, Mike.
Morning.
Mike, what you got?
I've got a hole-in-one myself, and it was witnessed by lots of different people as well.
Well, OK, let's get some facts and figures. We're talking golf.
Yeah.
How long ago?
I've been playing for about 2 years, so that'll be about 12 years ago.
OK. What was the distance between teeing off and sinking your ball?
It was on a par 3, 140 yards.
OK, so a small one. What did you actually... the thing is, you can't see it go in from that distance.
You can, yeah.
Well, you can't... How can you see it go in? It's 140 yards away. I don't know what a yard is.
3 feet to a yard.
So 1,000 feet away?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You can't see 1,000. I can barely see 50 feet away.
And on the same hole, I've come close twice before.
You've done what?
Since I got the hole-in-one, on the very same hole, I've actually saw it. I don't know if you've ever heard of the term lip out, where it goes around the hole.
What's it called? Lip out?
Yeah.
Lip out
So
fatty, OK.
It goes around the rim of the hole and rolls past.
Well, Mike, with the greatest of respect, sir, you couldn't see it lipping out fatty from 1,000 feet away.
Yeah, honestly. And the people I was playing with saw it as well. And I saw the one go.
If you got a hole-in-one, right, what did you do to celebrate?
I shook hands with everybody else who was playing.
What?
I had other people who were walking the dogs in the course come over to me and congratulate me.
If I got a hole-in-one, I'd go insane. I'd be dry humping a tree. The chances of that are phenomenal.
It's not that phenomenal. If I've actually hit the flag twice and it's gone around the hole.
Mike, are you good at not blinking?
Not blinking? Not too bad.
Should we have a blink off?
Go on, then.
You think you're the big man with the hole-in-one, Mike? Let's see how good you are at not blinking, yeah?
No, I don't think I'm a big man.
No, I'm teasing you. Right. So, have a good blink. Blink, 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 blink. Ready, steady, go. I'm trusting you to tell me if you blink. What technique are you employing?
Just staring at one spot.
I blinked.
And I did.
Yay, Mike, you what? Listen, a fair play. In that case, you went the longest without blinking. I'm almost inclined to believe your hole-in-one story. I've got really sore eyes. I didn't sleep very well, so this is, if I'm honest, this is a bad day for me to be having a blink off. I mean, really. Terrible sleep. Sore eyes, bit of a headache. Bit tired, Adrian.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Sore eyes.
You there?
Yeah, I'm just feeling sorry for myself, mate.
I know, I can understand it. Does that explain why your mental arithmetic's gone a bit awry today?
Sorry?
Your mental arithmetic?
What are you talking about, mate?
140 yards.
Yeah?
Yeah, 420 feet, not 1,000.
I was only 680 feet out, Adrian. What are you talking about?
Yeah, 5,040 inches rather than 1,000 feet.
Oh, you made me laugh with that. That was terrible. Well, he didn't question it, that other fella, which makes me think that whole hole-in-one story is a load of old nonsense.
Well, some of us wake up early and stay awake, and others probably have just got up and listened to you.
Well, there you go, Adrian. So, can you do feet to metres?
Feet to metres, not exactly, but there's 39 inches to a metre. So you're talking 3 and 3 and a 12th.
Kilometres to miles.
5/8 of a kilometre. 5/8 of miles a kilometre.
Pounds, shillings and pence to decimal.
240 old pence to a pound.
Adrian, I can't catch you out, mate. Fair play. Adrian gets the crown. Can we send Adrian a crown? We got a crown we can send him, Marky Mark?
What's a crown? It's about 3 shilling, isn't it?
Oh, don't you start. I meant like a proper helmet crown. You know, a head crown. Thank you, Adrian. Excellent call. Always happy to be pulled up on my maths, because we only get better by having our mistakes pointed out to us, don't we? 03453 009956. Iain, what's the matter with people on your show? I don't know, Natalie. Honestly, I just don't know. Steve says, Iain, first you annoyed me, then you wound me up, then I found you interesting, then funny. Now I work Saturdays just to listen to you. Is he here? Oh, and Andy says, Iain, this was a call, a very disturbing call on yesterday's show. Iain, just want to update you on the oil leak on my bike. Oh, yes, and on my wife too. We think Andy's wife is having an affair. Good news and bad news. We'll try and speak to Andy after 11 if we can, to find out what's going on there, because I know a lot of people will be interested to find out. Oh, and we're asking how many holes on your body. Pause. And hair ventricles. What's the hole where the hair comes out of? It's not ventricle. That's in your heart. Hair pod. Pore? No, that's not a pore. Pores are where you sweat from. Follicles. No, I'm being honest. No, I'm being serious. Follicles. No, I'm being serious. Iain, you forgot to say mouth as one of the holes in your body, so 7. And I'm aware that that women have more holes than men. I'm talking just on average. On average. How many holes has the human body got? Okay. 034... Oh, I've made myself chuckle. No one else. 03453 009956 is the telephone number. Today we're celebrating the magic of Paul McCartney. No one has been able to successfully slag him off. Harrison Ford, too old to fly an aeroplane. In fact, you should only be allowed to fly an aeroplane if you're like a proper pilot for an airline. How many holes on the average body? Holes in one, do they really exist? Ever touched the Beetle? Oh, and when it's been announced that Danny Dyer pulls sickies. When was the last time you pulled a sickie? And can you phone up and do your sick voice, please? 03453 009956. I'm getting paid for this.
The voice of Birmingham and the Black Country.
BBC WM 95.6.
Let's get the news now. Here's Kevin Pashby.
Good morning. There's a tense night of football action ahead for two West Midlands clubs. 6,500 Albion supporters will travel to Aston Villa Park later. The two sides are going head-to-head for a chance to be in the FA Cup semi-finals at Wembley. Baggies fan Craig Hughes is one of the fans going after he was given a pair of tickets by goalkeeper Ben Foster.
Every reason to be optimistic going to Saturday. It's going to be a phenomenal atmosphere, as you mentioned. It's going to be, intense. Can't wait.
And I have more on the game in the sport in just a moment. Every police force in England and Wales is preparing for major budget cuts in the next 5 years. The BBC has found council tax may rise to offset the cuts. The Home Secretary Theresa May has suggested integrating the three emergency services to save money, but the Vice Chair of the Police Federation, Will Richards, is sceptical about that.
I kind of wonder what that looks like. Do you put a paramedic, a firefighter and a police officer in a vehicle together and then decide which of the three emergencies that come in at the same time you go to first? Forgive me if that sounds flippant, but I don't really understand how that could work because there are conflicting demands and each emergency service has a vital part to play.
Major changes are being proposed as Staffordshire Fire Service looks to cut millions from its budgets. Fire engines and crews could be removed from some areas as the brigade says it has to save almost £6 million across the next 5 years. It's holding a 12-week consultation. Among proposals are removing some fire engines from Lichfield and Tamworth with changes to working practices in Cannock. Malaysia's Transport Minister says he's confident flight MH370 will be found in the Indian Ocean. This weekend marks a year since it disappeared with 239 people on board. A report is being published in the next few days detailing the progress of the investigation. And the Bescot Stadium's normally home to Walsall Football Club, but tonight it's hosting 14 rounds of amateur kickboxing. Taking part is 23-year-old Aldridge girl Rachel Ball, who's been kickboxing for 6 years. She's taking on Spanish fighter Lara Fernandez, who holds a European and world title, and Rachel says it's a great sport to watch.
Women tend to be quite flexible, so that helps with their kicking, but also sometimes they're naturally less aggressive than men, so that helps them to be a little bit more technical. And I often have people come up to me afterwards and say, actually, I think your fight was, even more technical and better than the men's.
There's a huge game at Villa Park then this evening. Aston Villa facing West Bromwich Albion in the FA Cup quarter-finals. There's a trip to Wembley at stake. We'll have the game live here on BBC WM. Kick-off at 5:30. Birmingham City travelled to promotion hopefuls Derby County this afternoon. You can hear that game exclusively live in FM on BBC WM from 2. Kenny Jackett comes up against his former club Watford as Wolves host the Hornets at Molineux this afternoon. A win could take the visitors to the top of the Championship. Jackett says his side know they'll be in for a difficult game.
We're very aware of Watford's strengths, and their strengths are considerable. They have goals, they have pace, they have ability, and they're very good to watch. So, I'm sure that they won't be any different. They won't come to Molineux in a negative frame of mind. They'll be buoyed by the position they're in the league and going all out for promotion.
Whilst in League One, Walsall make the trip to Barnsley, having lost just once on their travels since the start of November. Taking a look at the weather, generally dry with some bright spells, feeling mild, highs of 14 Celsius, that's 57 Fahrenheit. Tonight will be cloudy, but it should stay dry, rather windy though, lows down to 5 Celsius, 41 Fahrenheit. Sunday's looking cloudy with showers. BBC WM 95.6 News. There's more online at bbc.co.uk/WM.
Ever touched a beetle?
Only in the garden, like a beetle in the soil.
Oh.
The voice of Birmingham and the Black Country.
You should take in other religions and treat them as you would want to be treated yourself.
We are even more intelligent. They treated me with the utmost respect.
Who says soil?
Saturdays,
Really?
9 till 12.
Very good.
BBC WM 95.6.
Who says soil? I mean, the mud. You'd say the mud, wouldn't you? Or the dirt. The soil. He's been listening to Phil McCann too much. Ever touched a beetle? How many holes does the average body have? 72 is too old to fly. Bunking off work, let's hear your sick voice. Oh, and anything else you fancy. 03453 009956.
Have your say.
Across the West Midlands, call
03453 009956.
BBC WM 95.6.
Gary's in Solihull, of all places. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Ian.
What you got for us, my darling?
Well,
Gary,
you're talking about...
Gary, before we get involved,
yes.
Are you averse to a bit of hugging? Do you like a good hug? I could do with a hug right. I really could. Honestly, I could do with a hug right now.
Well, can I say what I was going to say before you changed?
Would you hug me?
If you give me a large amount of money. Yeah?
Oh, I see. It's hugs for drugs. No, hugs not drugs. No, cash for hugs. I could honestly, Gary, feeling a little bit low today, a bit lonely, a bit sad. I could really do with a nice hug.
Well,
could you do that for a fellow human being?
Well, let's see how many times you blink then. Ready?
Oh, hang on a second. Right, let's start the clock. Ready, steady, go.
You've blinked.
I haven't.
Blinked.
I haven't blinked,
You
mate.
have, because you're saying how tired you are, and
I haven't blinked, mate.
And you're flagging.
I haven't blinked. I blinked then, but you blinked. You got angry and blinked. You can only get angry and blink. You can't be angry and not blink unless you're that fella.
You're not on par this morning. You're not on par.
I'll come round and give you. Yes, I didn't blink, mate. Right, we'll do it again. Marky Mark, look into my eyes. Okay, not around my eyes. Are you going to do it, Gary?
Ready? Go. See, there you go again.
He didn't blink. He didn't blink. He hasn't blinked yet. It's quite spooky, actually.
Blink there.
Oh, thank God for that.
See, Gary? You think you're the tough guy. You think you're the tough guy with your little machine that goes bring, and with your non-blinking. Turns out, mate, you're nothing.
And you can trust me.
You're nothing. I could have. Do you know what? I'm going to go to that ladies' kickboxing tonight, and I'm going to take them all. I'm going to batter them all. Kickboxing style, eh?
Yeah.
That's how tough I am.
Right.
I could beat a lady kickboxer.
Now, can I ask you something now?
Of course you can, mate.
Right, you're talking the Beatles and golf.
Who's better, Paul McCartney or Mozart?
Now, can I just ask you, would you put
I'm gonna take
Paul
that as a
McCartney
yes.
on par
Yep.
with Leonard Nimoy for his singing capability?
Oh, you're good.
Come on.
Let me just think about that.
From far beyond the galaxies, I've journeyed to this place to study the behavior patterns of the human race. And I find them highly illogical. Girl meets boy. They fall in love. She says he's everything she's dreamed of. But when they get married, before he's aware, she changes his habits, the way he combs his hair. She changes him to someone he's never been, and then complains he's not like other men. Now really, I find this most illogical. Take the case of your automobiles. Greatest invention since man discovered wheels. Hydromatic overdrive, floor on the floor. Push-button windows, push-button doors. Double-barrel carburetors rush you any place, but you never can find a parking space. Highly illogical. Take the case of modern man. He works all his life, gives it all he can, saves all his money, works overtime, pinches every penny, banks every dime. All he can think about is money, but you know that he can't take it with him where he's going to go. Now I find that fascinatingly illogical. Now is the time to journey home, to tell of what I've learned. My people, I believe, have every right to be concerned. For in spite of computers and advanced psychology, behavior patterns are still a mystery. I predict the future of this earthly human race is that having made a mess of Earth, they'll move to outer space. Well, there goes the neighborhood. Totally, completely, absolutely, irrevocably, highly illogical.
Let me have a think. Yeah, McCartney's better, Gary.
I don't know.
Yep. Kev's in King's Heath. Morning, Kev.
Morning.
What you got for us, my darling, my love? Would you give me a hug, wouldn't you?
I'd give you a hug, chap. No problem.
Come on, Kev.
I'll give you a hug.
I'm feeling a little bit low, a little bit lonely today, Kev. I just want someone to hug me and tell me it's going to be all right.
Listen, it'll be fine when you get out of that box and get out here into the sunshine. You'll love it, mate.
Thank you, Kev. That's exactly what I needed. Yes, brother. You are.
Fine.
Oh, your guitar tech, Kev. I got your email, boss. I'm going to respond.
Did you get me an email, boss?
I got your email. I'm rubbish at responding at emails, but I will respond to your email at some point.
I'm rubbish at sending them.
Yay! Kevin.
I've touched the Beatles.
Yeah.
You know that, though, don't you?
I didn't know you'd touched George. I knew you'd been in the same room. Where and what part of his body did you touch?
We shook hands, and guess what?
Yeah?
We had a hug.
No, you didn't hug.
Yeah, I did. And Jeff Lynne.
I don't care about Lynn, for goodness sakes. He ruined the Free as a Bird single. No, you don't tell him. You hugged George Harrison of the Beatles.
We did. We had a hug.
Oh, flipping it.
When he came off stage, even thanks, buddy, thanks, mate. It was a big hug. I bought a pint, and we went and had a pint then.
Well, you're so far, you're winning. Have you ever touched a Beatle? We're playing Beatle poker, and you're winning. Who's best, McCartney or Mozart?
Oh.
Come on, mate. Come on, Kev. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. There's a clue.
I don't know. McCartney is the Mozart of our age, isn't it?
Well, and many could say...
Mozart was the McCartney of his age.
Thank you. Thank you, Kevin. So, McCartney.
You know?
Yeah, you do know.
Isn't he getting some kind of super band together with him and Alice Cooper and some people from Guns N' Roses, or was that a dream I had?
I think that was a dream you had, mate. He played with Nirvana, and he played, bizarrely, McCartney's been playing with Kanye West.
Who's she?
Exactly. What on earth is that all about?
Who's she? Well, she didn't know who he was, did she?
No.
No, who's this Paul McCartney? Is he any good? Is he off one of the X Factor? He thought he would come from a tour, singing, programme, contesting.
Here we go. Listen to this. These are the kind of plums I've got listening to this show, Kevin. Steve has texted in. Yeah. Travelling back from seeing Noel Gallagher in Nottingham, he is a true legend. Oh.
Legend.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, you've worked with proper legends, and this fella's banging on about Noel Gallagher.
Well, I'd rather work with him than his brother, I suppose. He's the sensible one of the two.
The one time I lived a rock and roll lifestyle. No, actually, I once got to introduce The Who live on stage at the Royal Albert Hall. Yep. I've got to do that. I've got to say, ladies and gentlemen, the great, not just one of the best rock and roll bands in the world, the best rock and roll band in the world, The Who.
There you go.
I also had to introduce BDI.
Oh, that's
Liam's band. Not a fan. But I was stood backstage. And I was nobody. I was a tiny DJ on a music star. I was nobody, right? Liam, I could see Liam Gallagher out the corner of my eye, and I was looking at my phone. I thought, this could be awkward. And he came over to me. I thought, he must have seen me be rude about him on telly or something. And he went, "All right, mate. I'm Liam. Liam, nice to meet you. Have a good one tonight." Boom. And instantly, I thought, I wasn't expecting that. That's nice.
No, that is nice when people do that.
He had no reason to come over to me at all. Someone must have said that I was introducing the bands. He said, "Hello, mate, I'm Liam. Have a good one tonight." And I thought, instantly my attitude changed.
It does. Anyone you meet that's like that, that's like massive stars, and they come over, they ain't got a clue who you are. You're just there. Yep. And they'll come over and have a chat with you. And Meatloaf, I met him once. He had no idea who I was.
Yep.
I was working for another guy, and he came over, just knew I was a guitar tech for this guy, and he stood there chatting with me like I'd known him for years.
And yet Al Jardine from the Beach Boys, when I met him at an airport, was a complete and utter...
Yeah, didn't want to know.
Yeah, Kev. Thank you very much, Kev. He's winning Beatle poker. Ever touched a Beatle? Yeah, he hugged George Harrison. The only way someone's going to beat that is if they've shaved John Lennon's back. 03453 009956. Beatle poker. Ever touched a Beatle? And when has somebody... Oh, and this is something else I was going to do, actually. We can still do this. When has somebody completely changed your mind about them? Liam Gallagher, didn't really rate, didn't like. He came over and introduced himself. And instantly, I've kind of got a soft spot for that fella now. I won't hear a word against him. And here's something I was going to ask. Who's got the best eyes? I tell you why. I was talking to Tony Blackburn in the week. Don't ask. There's a podcast of it, actually, if you want to go and listen. I got Iain Lee, Tony Blackburn on iTunes. Go and have a look. It's BBC, so I can plug it. Interviewing Tony Blackburn, right? And he said he met Smokey Robinson, and Smokey Robinson had the best eyes he's ever seen. And I thought, Smokey Robinson's got great eyes. And then I thought, Pete Townshend's got great eyes. And then I kind of thought, well, who else has got great eyes? 81333, start your text WM. Here's the travel news with Liz Saul.
Aye, Ian. It's looking a bit better on the M42 around Junction 6. That's the NEC turn and Birmingham Airport. Traffic heading towards Crufts, although it seems to have eased off for the moment. In Kings Norton, Bramwood Park is shut because of an accident between Brandwood Road and Allens Croft Road. There is a diversion in place and local bus 35 is disrupted. Still busy on Kings Heath High Street and along the A461 in the Dudley area. And slow in the roadworks in Hensford on Uxbridge Street in both directions around Church Hill. Through Great Bar, the A34 is looking a bit busy around Queslett Road at the Scott Arms traffic lights. Your matchday travel sees Walsall fans heading to Barnsley. No problems or delays reported up the A38, which is the route the Blues fans could also take to go to their game at Derby. But on the M1 for Walsall fans, there are roadworks 28 to 31, so just be aware of that. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 Travel 0330 123 3550.
It's
2 home wins on a spin after losing 2 away games, so that shows an awful lot of character.
Today, BBC WM bringing you 2 exclusive FM commentaries.
Birmingham City are in front. Andrew Shinnie with the header.
Hear Derby versus Blues in the Championship, with Wolves against Watford live on DAB Radio and Freeview Channel 722.
We're after one of those 3 promotion places.
Then from 5:30, it's the FA Cup quarter-final. Aston Villa against West Bromwich Albion.
Berahino nods in from close range.
90 minutes away from a semi-final at Wembley.
We're as focused for this game as we was on the back of a loss.
Join BBC WM for all the breaking team news and live action today from 2.
BBC WM 95.6.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I haver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm working, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I come home, oh, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home to you. And if I drove, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's going over you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm lonely, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's lonely without you. And when I'm dreaming, well, I know I'm gonna dream about the time when I'm with you. When I go out, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And when I come home, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home with you. I'm gonna be the man who's coming home with you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
Been asked a very spiritual question on the text. I say spiritual question. Is a belly button a hole? Well, I've given it some serious thought, anonymous texter. And I'm going... Oh, wait, no. I don't think, and Darren, maybe you could. I'd love to get your thoughts on this, Darren. I don't think the belly button is a hole because you can't get inside the body. It's like one of those disappointing shallow caves you get at the British seaside, isn't it?
That's it, yeah.
You see a cave at the British seaside as a kid, you think, oh, it's a cave. Let's go in. And then you go in, and you can't really go very far, and it's just got like loads of discarded Rizzlers and things in there.
That's the ones.
And that's what my belly button's
definitely
like.
Not a hole.
Sorry?
It's definitely not a hole.
Definitely, Darren. Excellent stuff. What have you got for us, Daz?
You got a picture of mine. That car crash.
Flipping heck, mate. I'm virtually speaking to a ghost. We were asking for your what have you crashed stories, and you sent me a picture of, well, I guess it used to be a car.
Yes, it used to be. I'd only had it 4 months.
It's a silver car. The front is completely crumpled in. Now, was it a convertible, or have they cut the top off?
They cut the top off.
Ay. And what's happening in that picture? I'm assuming you've been taken out of the car at this point.
They just got me out.
What on earth happened, man?
Driving to work it was a Good Friday, but it wasn't for me. Volvo come over the hill and just lost control and knew he was going to hit me, so I just put the handbrake on and waited for it, and that's all I remember.
Flipping heck, mate. How badly injured?
Broken collarbone, 6 broken ribs, fractured sternum, broken toes, severe internal injuries.
I can see the airbag came out.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what saved your life?
I presume so, yes, and the seatbelt as well.
How long were you out for?
What, out for the count?
Yeah.
I don't remember the first 3 days.
Man, that's sent shivers down my spine. How long ago was this?
Nearly 6 years ago now.
And you're all well and good now, are you?
Yeah, I'm all well and good, yeah. So.
What was the first time you got back behind the wheel? What was that like?
Well, the car was a Vauxhall Mariva. The wife had one as well. And it took 4 nurses to calm me down to get me into hers. And it was about 6 or 7 months before I then got behind the wheel. And I was apprehensive then. I was that close to handing my licence over.
Well, sorry, it took the nurses, that many nurses to get you in the car to go home from the hospital?
Yeah, to go home from the hospital, to calm me down, to get me into the car. Because my wife had a Vauxhall Mariva exactly the same, but hers was blue.
Do you still get nightmares about it?
Now and then I get a bit of anxiety with it all, like, especially going up that road, because it's only up the road from me.
Oh,
the
really?
person who took the photos was my wife.
Flipping heck.
I'd only just left the house.
So she kept... oh, God. This is morbidly fascinating. How did she know that you'd been in an accident? Did she get a call, or was she just walking past?
Apparently an off-duty police officer come across the accident, because the guy who hit me, the guy had cut this off-duty police officer up. And apparently I gave him the house telephone number and he phoned her up straight away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And what happened to the other fella?
He turned around in court and he said he got internal bleeding. But that was it. But he ended up getting banned for 6 months and a fine.
How much was the fine?
About £2,000 or something like that.
I'm laughing because it's nothing, is it?
No.
Darren, thank you for sharing that photo and that story.
No worries, bud.
Thank you, mate.
Can I say something as well?
Yeah, of course you can, boss. You've cheated death. You can say whatever you want.
Oh, but careful. No. I'll say the one lady saying you was a bit horrible today.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll agree that, yes, she can be a horrible person. I want to slap the silly out of you.
Yeah.
But you're a damn good presenter.
May God bless you, Darren. Thank you. Flippin' heck. That's a story, isn't it? Oh, thank you, Darren. You're very kind. And, that's sent shivers down my spine. There you go, Andy. That was something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was something different, that was, kid.
It was something different. What you got for us, Andy?
I'm just phoning up. I'm sitting in my wagon now and I'm refusing to get out and do my loads till your show finishes.
Yeah, good.
You should be on all day, mate.
Well, that would be tiring. 2 hours is plenty for me. What loads have you got to do?
I work for a recycling company, so I'm just offloading loads of green waste.
Recycling. It's recycling and organic. They're the two big cons of the 21st century, aren't they? Aren't they?
Well, it pays my mortgage.
Oh, in that case, if it's putting food on your table, Andy, then let's hats off to it. God bless it. Isn't it a wonderful, wonderful organisation?
Oh, brilliant, mate. And the other thing is, I'd give you an hug any day, kid.
You'd have what, sorry?
I'd give you a hug any day.
Oh, thank you. Do you know, I'm just feeling a bit... I want a big man... I want a hug from my dad, but my dad's not alive, so I just want like a big, manly slap on the back, a hug, and someone saying, it'll be all right, son, don't you worry.
Well, don't worry, mate. Your show's the best on the radio, kid.
Andy, do you know what? You're a very kind man. I'm just getting a vibe from your voice. I reckon I could go longer without blinking than you could.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, don't you? Would you like a piece of the action?
Yeah, let's have a go.
I'll put a tenner on it.
Let's have a go, then.
All right.
I'm up for that.
Marky Mark, you're going to watch. And Andy, we're just taking your word for it. But you work in recycling, so I'm guessing you're a trustworthy kind of guy.
I'm a very honest man.
Have a good blink. Mark, you tell us when to go.
Go.
No, I blinked. I blinked.
Ian hasn't yet. He's gurning. He's not blinked.
No, I have.
I blinked just then. In your face, Andy. You're not such a tough guy after all. You can take that hug and shut. No, I'll accept the hug, Andy. Thank you. It's good that was your idea. You said, blinking on the radio will never work.
Well, look at that. How wrong can I be? I can be wrong.
It may technically not be working, but it's certainly filling. It's certainly filling time.
It's great. I love it. Thank you.
03453 009956 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. It's hard to slag off McCartney, says Steve, but the frog chorus isn't his finest hour. Au contraire. I nearly played the frog chorus this morning. It's actually flipping brilliant. There's a bit in the middle where it goes all classical. It's wonderful. And as for Mull of Kintyre, one of the biggest selling records of all time. You can't knock it, Steve. If the caravans are rocking, don't come a knocking. McCartney would have to pay me loads of money to see him. Do us all a favour, Paul, and put yourself out to grass, says David. McCartney is like Marmite, says Matt. You either love him or hate him. I think he's a talentless cretin. Wow, I'm guessing you hate him then. Worse even than that Bonio out of U2 and Bob Geldof, useless. And Justin says, McCartney's a genius. Best Bond theme ever. Isn't it just the best James Bond theme of all time? And he also has one of the largest vocal ranges of any pop or rock singer. And then, Justin, jog on, mate. He then does a little PS. It's my birthday today. We're not doing a birthday shout. We're not Ken Bruce. Justin, it's not the Ken Bruce show. We're not going to start singing Happy Birthday and playing horns and fanfares and things like that. 03453 009956. Finally, onto the Danny Dyer story. What I done been teasing. Danny Liar. Dyer Girl reveals his fake Enders sickies by Stuart Pink, Deputy Head of Showbiz. EastEnders star Danny Dyer. Is EastEnders still going? Here's the thing, right? The BBC has been in the press recently for wasting too much money and should we have the licence fee? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I could save the BBC £100 million a year, I'm guessing. Get rid of EastEnders. It's rubbish. It's rubbish. One of the worst programmes of all time. Why do we spend so much money making that turgid tosh? We're better. We're the BBC. We're better than that. I met Danny Dyer years ago. He was a nice lad. EastEnders star Danny Dyer has been grassed up by his own daughter for throwing sickies from the hit soap. The telly hard man, 37, and Sonny, 7, were on an ITV show. Well, this is interesting. They've written his age as 37, 37, and they've written her age as 7, S-E-V-E-N. Why would they do that, Joan?
Hello?
They've written his age as 37, 37, and they've written his daughter's age, Sonny, which is a boy's name, as 7, S-E-V-E-N. Why the numbers for one and the letters for the other?
I don't quite get what you're on about.
OK, they've written his age.
Whose age?
Danny Dyer.
I don't know him.
They've written... He's in EastEnders. Do you watch EastEnders?
No, okay. I don't watch soaps at all.
OK.
They're boring.
What do you watch?
I like documentaries.
Oh, yeah. I like a good documentary. Who's the fella that...
Mr Selfridge.
Do you like Mr Selfridge?
I do.
I found... I watched some of the first series of Mr Selfridge, and I found it rather tedious.
Oh, no. Once you get into it, it's very interesting. It's got a good storyline every time.
I think I know why you like it, Joan.
Well, he's a bit of all right, anyway.
Exactly. He is good looking, that fella, isn't he?
He's gorgeous.
He's only tiny. He's 5'2" in real life.
Really?
Yeah, he's a wee fella.
Oh,
Does that put you off? Does that put you off?
It hasn't. Well, not really, no.
Anyway, so Danny Dyer, he's an actor, right? And this story is basically he's thrown a few sickies to get out of filming EastEnders. But just here in the newspaper, they've put Danny Dyer, 37, but they've written it as 37. So they've written it as numbers. And then they've put his daughter, Sunny, 7. But they've written 7. Instead of doing the numbers, they've done it as a word. S-E-V-E-N.
Oh.
And I just wondered why they do that.
God knows.
Oh, hang on a minute. Christopher's just emailed in. Hang on a second. Christopher's got the answer to this, and I'd never heard this before. Iain, you write the numbers 1 to 10 as words. Beyond that, it's figures. It's journalistic house style, which has been in operation for decades. Journalistic house style. I had never heard that. Here's the thing, something I only ever heard the other day, Joan, that there are certain times you say the, and certain times you say the. And I think you say the if the next word begins with a vowel. So you'd say the end, the video cassette recording of Ghostbusters 2. Are you even on the same pathway as me in this conversation, Joan?
Not really, no.
OK, then what have you called in for?
I'm just ringing about the different subjects you're talking about. They seem like a load of rubbish today.
The different what?
You seem to be talking a load of rubbish again today.
What do you mean, again? The implication being I've done that before. No, Joan, dear Joan. No, Joan. No.
Hello?
Joan, no, Joan. No, Joan. No. Joan, no.
Why don't you bring up some sensible
All right.
subjects?
Let's go through some of the subjects and you tell me which ones aren't sensible, OK? So, how long can you not blink for?
That's one of the bad subjects.
What do you mean? That's just because you can't do it. Do you fancy a game of it? I bet I'll beat you.
OK, carry on.
Ready? Steady. Go. Are you blinking? Joan, are you blinking?
Counting.
You blinking?
No.
Did you blink then?
I did then, yes.
Yeah, well then I beat you. OK, so that's that one. Let's see what other ones. Who's better, Paul McCartney or Mozart?
Mozart.
OK. Have you ever touched a beetle?
Only in the garden.
How many holes does your body have?
6.
Can you name them all?
Not on air, no.
You must have more than 6. You've not even included your what's that? Your mouth.
Yes.
Yeah. So you got your 2 ears. Your 2 nostrils, unless so that's 4. Your mouth is 5.
Yeah.
And then your naughty bits.
Uranus.
No need to bring astronomy into it.
Uranus.
Yeah, and then
or your anus.
Oh, can you stop saying anus, please?
A-N-U-S.
Stop! Don't spell it. Stop saying anus and stop spelling it.
And the vagina.
Oh, for goodness sakes! Will you leave your vagina out of it, Joan? Please.
And there's definitely no hole in your belly button either.
No, that's not a hole, is it?
No.
No.
Just a dent.
You see, with these are good topics, aren't they, Joan?
Not really.
What would you like to talk about, my love?
Nothing.
Thanks very much for calling. 03453 009956. Marky Mark, you missed the rudest call of the day.
What's the sense in sharing this one and only life? Ending up just another lost and lonely wife. You count up the years and they will be filled with tears. Love only breaks up to start over again. You'll get the babies, but you won't have your man. While he's busy loving every woman that he can. Say I'm gonna leave 100 times a
can only apologise for the foul language of that last... I mean, what a mucky... You always get the most trouble with the old women callers. It's incredible. Who's got the best eyes? Stephen Burtwood says, regarding who has great eyes, Carol Bouquet. What? The lead actress in James Bond For Your Eyes Only. Carl says, my daughter has the best eyes ever. Looking at her face keeps that dark cloud from hanging over my head. He sent a picture in. They are indeed excellent eyes, not as good as my boys. And Jay says, Iain, your eyes look like Marty Feldman's. Thank you so much. Thank you so much indeed. Hey, here's something. Now, I've heard this before, anonymous texter. Stay there, Kev, be with you in a sec. I've heard this before. We got a new cooker this week. And it says in the instructions on how to keep the ceramic hob in good condition, do not stare at the halogen heating units. I think that's because it will burn your eyes out, won't it? I think that's why, Kev. Oh. Another one that can't do it. Kev!
Hiya, hello.
Hey, ever touched the Beatle?
I've not touched the Beatle, but I've played John Lennon's piano.
What the heck?
I have indeed, yes.
Which piano? Not the white piano from Imagine?
The white piano in the White Room at Tittenhurst Park, Ascot. Yes, I have.
Did you? Hang on. Where did you play it?
I played it in the White Room.
What?
Yep.
Tell me the story, Kevin.
OK, we're going back a long time, 1979.
Yep.
It was myself and, believe it or not, one of your presenters was with me as well, but he's over in Shropshire, Radio Shropshire, Nigel Dolman.
Oh, yeah, OK.
And we was doing some producing work, some backing vocals for another band.
Hang on, what about this? Kev, hang on a second. Who are you? Are you a superstar?
No, I'm not a superstar. I'm a semi-superstar. I play in a band now,
yeah,
and I sort of have done most of my life. You know.
Who were you doing backing vocals for?
We'd written a song or two, and we were doing some backing vocals on a song we'd written. And there was another band we were recording. The place was called Startling Studios.
Yes.
We didn't know what it was. We'd just gone down there.
Yeah.
And during the time when we were bored, nothing to do, we had a mooch round.
Of course you do.
Yes. And we found this room. I thought, this bloody hell, this is the White Room. And there was a piano. We sat down at it, had a little tinkle on it, and the producer...
Oh, don't. That's going to ruin it.
No.
Oh, you mean played it? Sorry, Kev, I misunderstood.
No, I played it.
Yes, sorry, I'm so sorry.
And the producer pulled some multi-core out from the studio, stuck some mics and then recorded us. I've got a recording of it.
Me
and Nigel Dolman from Radio Shropshire.
Hey, that's fantastic, Kev. Ever written any hits?
No, we had a single from when we was in a band, The Sus, years ago. That sells for 40 quid on eBay these days.
Have you got a few of them under the bed?
I've got 50 of them.
And every now and then, when you need a few quid, you just get one out and put it on eBay.
Stick one on eBay.
Good lads. Hey, that's good. Kev, listen, cracking story. Thank you. I'm only moving on because I want to get to Pete. 03453 009956. Morning, Pete.
Morning, mate.
Ever touched the Beatle?
No, but I've sang in the same stage as Paul McCartney sang on.
What, the O2 Arena?
No, I'm in the Cavern in Middleton.
Hey, when was this?
It's about four years ago, you know, because every year they have the Beatle convention up there, the Beatle Week.
Well, now, Pete, I don't want to tinkle on your parade.
Yeah.
But that's not the original Cavern, is it?
No, but Paul McCartney did sing on that stage. He did a concert in the Cavern.
Oh yeah, no, fair play. He did do that. What? So go on.
And there was a band from Argentina singing on there, and they said, "Anybody want to get up and sing?" And then this other bloke ran to the stage, and he got up and sang. And then later they let me get up and sing.
What did you sing, Pete?
I saw her standing there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome live from the stage of the Cavern, singing "I Saw Her Standing There." It's Pete. Over to you, Pete.
She was just 17, you know what I mean? And the way she looks was way beyond compare. I'll never dance with another when I saw her standing there.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Pete. Thank you very much indeed, Pete. Well done. So, Danny Dyer has been grassed up by his own daughter for throwing sickies from the hit soap. The telly hard man, 37, No actor is hard in real life. Apart from Pat Roach, who's now no longer with us, actors aren't hard. That's why they're actors. Acting is the softest job in the world. Steven Seagal, not hard. Jean-Claude Van Damme, not hard. Pat Roach, hard. The telly hardman, 37, and Sonny, S-E-V-E-N, were on an ITV show where celebs and their kids continue to page 7. This is the front page of Britain's biggest newspaper, guys. Answer questions about each other. The telly hardman... Listen to this sentence. Right, listen to this, Marky Mark. Right. The telly hardman, 37, and Sonny, 7, were on an ITV show where celebs and their kids answer questions about each other. The telly hardman, 37, had told BBC bosses he could... They just told us that.
Where's the Sun? They're just repeating it for effect.
OK, fair play, good effect. The telly hardman, 37, had told BBC bosses he could not work due to family emergencies when he was relaxing at home. Unplanned on-set absences can cost the show thousands of pounds and cause havoc to already tight schedules. What do we say here? Is it schedules or schedules? I think we say schedules. Filming ITV1's prime show, Big Star's Little Star, host Stephen Mulhern asked Sonny, "What's your daddy's biggest secret?" Sonny replied, "Dad calls into work saying he can't come in because he's helping Mummy, but he just lays around on the sofa all day." In terms of 6 stories, it's not great, is it? You're bunking off work. Your bunking off work stories, I'm sure, in the last 15 minutes of the show will be a whole lot better, won't they? 03453 009956. Your bunking off stories, please. And let's hear your sick voices as well. Right, for the last time, let's get the travel from Liz. We can get through this, Liz. It's going to be emotional.
OK.
But
right.
we're all there for you, cheering you on. Away you go.
Thank you. I'll get Marky Mark to get you a tissue while I tell you about Kings Norton. Brandwood Park Road is shut because of an accident between Brandwood Road and Allens Croft Road. Local buses are being diverted. It's particularly Service 35 that's facing disruption. Busy on Kings Heath High Street, the A435. So you head around Dudley, the A461 is congested between Scott's Green Island and Cinderbank Island. And as you head through towards Prawn Island, a bit congested as well. The A449 at Penkridge is queuing around Line Hill Lane in the roadworks. There's temporary lights there. Roadworks in Hensford on Uxbridge Street also causing slow traffic. And the M6 is heavy going between 10 and 8. Again, roadworks and restrictions around Junction 9 causing a bit of congestion. Walsall fans and your match day travel off to Barnsley this afternoon. The A38 and the M1 are both moving OK. Blues fans are going to Derby, so up the A38 as well. As I say, it's all looking OK. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 travel 0330 123 3550.
Thank you, Liz. Have fun.
See you later.
Ta-ta.
There now follows an official broadcast from BBC WM 95.6.
With a general election just around the corner, who can you, the people of the West Midlands, rely on to be your champion?
Adrian Goldberg.
Who'll get up really early every day to fight your cause?
Adrian Goldberg.
Who will make sure you get the best answers from the people after your vote?
Adrian Goldberg.
My smooth-talking friend is absolutely correct. It's me.
Adrian Goldberg, your voice in the West Midlands. Starts Monday on BBC WM 95.6.
To be a great woman.
Morning, Daz.
Good morning. Hey, what a great record. Because you know, Aretha
I just can't be bothered. Go on. Yes, go on.
No, don't say, because that's Aretha Franklin and, what's it, the Eurythmics, Annie Lennox.
That's right, mate.
Because you know, she did one with George Michael, didn't she? Yeah. And apparently they didn't get on, did they, at all? They just I'm not even sure that it was one of those where they actually didn't even record it in the same studio. So, I mean, I wish they'd reform Wham, don't you? Don't you think that'd be the next money spinner for George Michael? George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley get back together. Wham! Would you have a bit of that? You can have a bit of that, because they do still speak, you know. Andrew Ridgeley phones George Michael at least once a fortnight, and George always says, "No, Andrew, I don't want double glazing."
That was such a torturous route to get there. You knew where you knew.
I knew where I was going.
And you went all around
couple of roundabouts, round the M25, got caught for speeding.
He did a job earlier on. Daz kind of comes in here for a few hours, and it was Daz, there was me, Marky Mark, there was Richie, there was anyway, it doesn't matter. And you did a joke, and none of us got it.
I'm used to that.
But at least normally we know that where the punchline is, so we can either, pretend to laugh or flick our fingers at you.
Yeah.
It was Johnny Parr. Johnny Parr went, "Oh yeah, that worked. That's multi-leveled, that joke." No one got it.
Tumbleweed moment. I'm used to it. I'm just followed round by tumbleweed.
Oh, I do love you, Daz. What's on your show today? Is it football?
It's a massive day today. Absolutely huge day. And we've got 8 hours of sport later on.
Sorry, you've got how much?
8 hours.
Flip it, eh?
Count them.
It's like Live Aid all over again.
You get Phil Collins is flying in from America to start the commentary. It's a bit later. It's the sequel. It's Villa against Albion. There'll be Villa fans and Albion fans now, full of butterflies, full of anxiety. We'll have that later at 5:30. At 3 o'clock this afternoon, also in FM, Derby against Blues. We've got coverage as well of Walsall at Barnsley. I'm at Molineux today, and Wolves against Watford, another big game. That's live on DAB in the Black Country and Freeview Channel 722. All the build-up starts at midday in about, 7 or 8 minutes' time. Talking points today include, being as it's Villa Albion later, I want you to tell me about the greatest derby game that you've ever been to, and also footballers named after cards or card games. We'll put together a dream team this afternoon.
Daz, it's always a pleasure. Have a good one, mate. Speak to you later on. Pete's on the line. Morning, Pete.
Good morning.
You're the last call on this show, and it sounds like you're calling from the North Pole. What have you got for us?
Right, I've got a theory regarding taking hole-in-ones.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there was this doctor, and he was playing golf, and he thought, I'll take a hole-in-one.
Yeah.
So he got his mate to fly this drone above.
There we go.
To capture it.
Yeah.
And he got his other mate, Harrison Ford, to fly over the golf course and drop the ball in the hole.
Oh.
Anyway, the drone went off course a little bit.
Yes.
And Harrison Ford had to swerve out the way. And, well, we all know what happened next, don't we?
Pete, thank you very much indeed. Get down that mountain safely. Hey, actually, do you know what? There's something in that. Because if you're playing golf, right, and then an aeroplane comes down behind you, you could cheat, couldn't you? And go, yeah, it was a hole-in-one. Just time to tell you about Mark Lawson. Not that Mark Lawson, this Mark Lawson. Tubby builder. That's how they describe him. And there's a picture of him, and he is quite tubby. Tubby builder Mark Lawson stabbed a work colleague at their Christmas party meal. Why? For swiping an onion ring, a court has heard. Hey, those onion rings are so delicious, and you just don't get enough of them. Lawson, 44, saw red when the treat was taken from his plate instead of a chip, as was agreed. Whilst Tessa Watkins, who's written this, fair play, I want to shake this woman's hand. She's written this story brilliantly. While Simon Myers chewed the disputed onion ring at the packed pub, enraged Lawson began shouting and thrust his steak knife into the man's leg. The attacker, who admitted unlawful wounding, was warned in court he could be jailed for the offence. Bemused Judge Alexia Durran told Lawson, "This was a works Christmas party And a man was stabbed in the leg for stealing onion rings from a plate. That's right, isn't it? The victim needed hospital treatment following the ring rage attack in the... Oh, Tessa. She is good. Whoever this Tessa Watkins is, she is good. Following the ring rage attack in the Diamond Tap in Newbury Bucks. Reading Crown Court heard that Lawson had made it clear to building firm colleagues they could have some of his chips, but not his onion rings.
You gotta think about you. I just can't live without you. I really want you, Eleanor, near me. Your looks intoxicate me. Even though your folks hate me, there's no one like you, Eleanor, really. Eleanor, gee, I think you're swell, and you really do me well. You're my pride and joy, etc. Eleanor, can I take the time to ask you to speak your mind? Tell me that you love me better. I really think you're groovy. Let's go out to a movie. What do you say now, Eleanor, can we? They'll turn the lights way down low, and maybe we won't watch the show. I think I love you, Eleanor, love me. Eleanor, gee, I think you're swell, and you really do me well. You're my pride and joy, etc. Eleanor, can I take the time to ask you to speak your mind? Tell me that you love me better. Eleanor, gee, I think you're swell. Eleanor, gee, I think you're swell.
Beautiful! And on that bombshell, the show comes crashing to a halt. That's it, that's your lot. Thank you very much. Don't forget, back on Friday at 2 o'clock and back every Saturday between 10 and 12. Thank you, Marky Mark, as always. If you want to get in touch in the week, you're more than welcome to Iain.lee, IAIN.LEE at bbc.co.uk. I can only apologise for what follows after the show. It really is absolutely nothing to do with me whatsoever. It's Daz Hale. Flip it, heck.
The voice of Birmingham and the Black Country.
BBC WM 95.6.
One Iain Lee, there's only one Iain Lee. He loves me, really. He will be back next Friday afternoon.